The first thing I noticed was the way her phone kept lighting up on the kitchen counter while she was in the shower. Not ringing, not buzzing, just lighting up over and over, like someone who knew better than to make noise. I didn't touch it. I didn't need to. My chest already felt tight, like I'd swallowed a stone. When she came out, towel around her hair, humming like it was just another Tuesday, she flipped the phone face down without even looking at the screen. Muscle memory, instinctive, clean. That was the moment something shifted. Quietly, permanently, because people who have nothing to hide don't move like that. We'd been married 10 years, a decade of shared groceries, inside jokes, arguments that ended in silence instead of slamming doors. I thought that meant we were solid, grown, past the messy stuff. Lately, though, she'd been drifting, emotionally unavailable in ways that were easy to excuse if you want to stay comfortable. Longer hours at work, girls' nights that stretched into weekends, a new passcode on her phone. I told myself I was being insecure. That marriage wasn't supposed to feel electric forever. That trust meant not asking questions. But doubt is patient. It waits until you stop fighting it. The night I saw her in another man's arms, it wasn't supposed to happen. I was supposed to be out of town. A work trip that got canceled last minute. I didn't tell her because I wanted to surprise her, bring home takeout, maybe laugh about bad timing instead. I drove past a wine bar downtown and saw her car parked outside. I slowed down without realizing it. Told myself she was meeting friends. Then I saw her through the window. She was standing close to a man I didn't recognize. Too close. His hand rested at the small of her back like it belonged there. She laughed, leaned in, and for a second, just a second, rested her head against his chest. It felt like my body forgot how to function. I didn't storm in. I didn't take pictures. I just sat in my car, hands numb on the steering wheel, watching my marriage folding on itself, under warm yellow light. When he wrapped his arms around her fully, she didn't pull away. I drove home in silence. She didn't come back until after midnight. I was sitting at the kitchen table, lights off when she walked in. She froze when she saw me. "You're home early," she said. Who was he? My voice didn't sound like mine. Her face drained of color. Then she did something I didn't expect. She sat down. "He is a friend," she said softly. "From work." I laughed. I couldn't help it. "You don't owe friends like that." She didn't argue. That hurt more than denial would have. "I didn't plan for it to happen," she said. "It just did." That sentence destroyed me in a way I still can't fully explain. She swore it wasn't physical, said it was emotional, that they talked, that he listened, that she felt lonely even when I was sitting right next to her. I wanted to be angry. I was angry. But underneath that was something worse. Grief. Because suddenly everything rewound in my head. Her distraction at dinner. Her smiles at texts she wouldn't explain. The way she'd pull away when I reached for her hand. I'd been present, faithful, trying, and still I'd lost her. For weeks after that night, we existed in limbo. She said she'd ended it, deleted his number, swore she wanted us. I wanted to believe her so badly. It made me reckless. But trust doesn't come back just because someone asks nicely. Every time her phone buzzed, my stomach dropped. Every late meeting felt like a lie waiting to be uncovered. I hated the version of myself I was becoming. Suspicious, hyper-aware, constantly bracing for impact. Love without trust is just anxiety with a shared address. The final truth came accidentally. She left her tablet at home one morning, notifications popping up while I was working from the couch. I told myself not to look. I looked. It wasn't him. It was worse. Messages from weeks after she'd sworn it was over. Missed calls. Plans they never followed through on but wanted to. I still think about that night. "I miss you. I don't know what I'm doing." I felt stupid, betrayed all over again, like I'd handed her my broken trust, and she dropped it without even noticing. When I confronted her this time, she didn't argue, she cried. I was confused, she said through tears. I didn't know how to let go. I listened. I really did, because she wasn't evil. She was human, flawed, lost, but so was I. "I can't live like this," I told her. "I can't keep wondering if I'm enough." She nodded. That hurt too. She moved out the next day. The weeks that followed were quiet in a way that felt violent. Her absence echoed everywhere. In the empty side of the bed, the untouched mug in the cupboard, the way I reached for my phone, and realized there was no one left to explain my day to. I started sleeping again. Slowly started running in the mornings, letting my thoughts settle instead of spiral. Then 2 months later, she came back. She stood on the porch, eyes tired, hands shaking. "I made a mistake," she said. "I lost myself. And I lost you." I didn't rush her inside. I didn't hug her. I just listened. She told me she'd ended everything for real this time. That therapy helped her see how deeply she'd broken us. That she wasn't asking for forgiveness, just honesty. And for the first time in a long time, I believe she meant it. We didn't reconcile that night or the next. We talked carefully, Painfully about boundaries, about accountability, about the damage that doesn't disappear just because the truth finally shows up. I told her I didn't know if I could ever forget what I'd seen through that window. She said she didn't expect me to. That mattered. We're rebuilding now, slowly, with rules, with space, with more truth than we ever had before. Some days are good, some days hurt out of nowhere. But here's what I learned the hard way. Seeing her in another man's arms didn't end my marriage. Losing myself trying to ignore the truth almost did. Whether we last or not, I know this now. Love isn't about holding on at any cost. It's about choosing yourself when someone else forgets to choose you. And no matter how the story ends, I won't lose that lesson.